In this video I'll be solving the following equation to find the values of x for this domain. First, let's rearrange the equation a little bit. So I've just subtracted 1 from both sides and divided both sides by 2. So now we're going to take inverse sine of both sides. Let's recall from the unit circle, there are two possible answers within the domain 0 to 2 pi, and here they are. So this one here is when the angle is 7 pi over 6, and this angle is 11 pi over 6, and they both give a sine value of -1/2. So the two possible answers are inverse sine of -1/2 equals 7 pi over 6 or 11 pi over 6. For the domain, x is an element 0 to 2 pi. So these are our starting values that we'll use. Therefore, based on our previous screen, this expression here, 2 multiplied by x plus pi over 3, is equal to two values we got from the unit circle, plus some other ones which we'll check for later. Dividing both sides by 2 gives us, and if we subtract pi over 3 from both sides, we end up with x equals 3 pi over 12 and 7 pi over 12. I'm keeping these as twelfths for the moment because it's a bit easier for the next step. From the equation we can use this 2 here to calculate the period. So the period will be equal to 2 pi divided by the 2 from here, which just turns out to be pi. For now, I'm going to write that as 12 pi over 12. Also, the domain, using that same idea, will be minus 12 pi over 12 to 12 pi over 12. So just to be clear, instead of saying minus pi, we're saying minus 12 pi over 12, and instead of pi, 12 pi over 12. Here are the previously calculated or worked out answers. So we had x is equal to 3 pi over 12 and 7 pi over 12. If I add 12 pi over 12, which is the period, to these two numbers, I'll get further values out here. By doing that, they'll actually be bigger than 12 pi over 12, which is the upper limit of the domain, so they're not of any use to this solution. However, if I subtract 12 pi over 12 from these two values, I'll get two further values which are within this domain, minus 12 to plus 12 twelfths of pi. And those two extra values will be minus 9 pi over 12 and minus 5 pi over 12. So that gives me 4 answers which are within this domain. So by reducing the fractions, these values that were calculated previously were just reduced to these answers here. Here are the values plotted on the curve, and you can see that the answers are minus 3 pi over 4, minus 5 pi over 4, pi over 4, and 7 pi over 12 within the domain minus pi to pi. And you can also see that these 2 points, for example, are pi apart, which is the period, and these 2 points are pi apart, which is also the period. Thanks for watching and listening.